250 years ago today, the bells of Philadelphia rang out over the rooftops and did not stop. They rang for hours. This is just the beginning of our story, and I am here to tell it. I'm Sarah. Let's get to it. Because something had just happened that the world had never seen before. Happy 4th of July. Happy 250th birthday, America. Today is the day I have been building toward all week here on History Sparks, and I want to give you something today that is worth keeping. Not just a fact, not just a date, but a story so full of wonder and meaning that you will think about it every July 4th for the rest of your life. Stay with me to the very end, because this story has a twist that I promise you have never heard, and it will stop you cold. Philadelphia, July 4th, 1776. It is a bright, clear morning. The air is cool for July. Thomas Jefferson, meticulous as always, recorded the temperature at 6 a.m. as 68 degrees, with a light north wind. Inside the Pennsylvania State House, the delegates of the Continental Congress take their seats for what everyone in the room knows will be the most important day of their lives. For 3 days now, July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, they have debated, argued, revised, and reworded the document that Thomas Jefferson spent 17 days writing in a rented room on Market Street. A document that begins with 13 of the most powerful words ever put to paper, when in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another. Jefferson later said he wrote those words not to say anything new, but to say what every American already felt, to give voice to what was already alive in the hearts of a people who were done waiting. And yet in that room, these are not mythological giants. They are lawyers, farmers, merchants, and landowners. Some are terrified, some are exhilarated. All of them know that if this goes wrong, if the revolution fails, if Britain wins, every man in that room will hang. Benjamin Franklin, the oldest delegate at 70, knows this better than anyone.
He looks around the room and says quietly what all of them are thinking. We must all hang together, gentlemen, or most assuredly, we shall all hang separately.
All morning and into the afternoon, they revise, they cut, they argue over every comma, every phrase, every word. Then, in the late afternoon of July 4th, 1776, it is done. The Declaration of Independence is formally adopted. John Hancock, President of the Continental Congress, signs his name in broad, defiant strokes. A printer named John Dunlap works through the night to set the words in type. By morning, nearly 200 copies are ready, dispatched on horseback to every corner of 13 colonies that are no longer colonies. They are states. They are a nation. They are, for the first time, the United States of America. When the Declaration is read aloud in Philadelphia 4 days later, the crowd cheers so long and so loud that the bells ring for hours. When George Washington had it read to his troops in New York on July 9th, those soldiers marched to the foot of Broadway and pulled down a gilded statue of King George III and melted it into bullets. The world had never seen anything like this before. A group of ordinary people standing up to the most powerful empire on earth and saying, in writing, with their names attached, that every human being is created equal, and that governments exist to serve the people, not the other way around. 250 years later, those words still echo, still a challenge, still inspire. They belong to all of us. But now I want to tell you the part of this story that will take your breath away. Fast forward exactly 50 years, July 4th, 1826, America is celebrating its 50th birthday. Church bells ring across the country, parades fill the streets, toasts are raised to the founders, most of whom are gone now. 2 of them are not. John Adams, 90 years old, is at his family farm in Quincy, Massachusetts. He is the last surviving member of the original Continental Congress. He has been fading for weeks, and he knows it. Thomas Jefferson, 83 years old, is at Monticello in Virginia. He too has been ill. He has refused to eat for days, and in the early hours of July 4th, he whispers his last words. Is it the 4th? They tell him yes. And Thomas Jefferson, the man who wrote the Declaration of Independence, closes his eyes and lets go. It is shortly after noon on the 50th anniversary of the day that changed the world. Hours later, in Quincy, Massachusetts, John Adams stirs from unconsciousness. The people around him lean in. He opens his eyes, and in a faint voice, he speaks what will be his final words. Thomas Jefferson survives. He was wrong. Jefferson had died 5 hours earlier, but John Adams did not know that. He went to his rest believing his old friend was still alive. And a few hours later, on the evening of July 4th, 1826, exactly 50 years to the day after the Declaration of Independence was adopted, John Adams breathed his last. Two men, the author of the Declaration and its greatest champion, both dying on the 4th of July, both on the same day, both on the 50th anniversary of the moment they had risked everything to create. When President John Quincy Adams, John's own son, received the news, he said simply, "The time, the manner, the coincidence are visible marks of divine favor." I have told a lot of stories on this channel, and I will tell a lot more, but I do not think I will ever tell one that feels more like something beyond coincidence than this one. 250 years ago today, a group of people who could have stayed quiet chose to speak. They put their names on a piece of paper and said, "This is what we believe. These are the truths we hold." And they sent it out into the world, knowing full well what it might cost them. They did it anyway. On this 250th birthday, I find myself thinking about what truths I hold. What I believe is worth saying out loud. What I want the people I love to know about who I really am and what I really stand for. And that brings me to something that has been on my heart all week. One of the most extraordinary things about the founding of this country is that we know these stories at all. We know them because people wrote them down. Jefferson wrote, Adams wrote. They wrote letters to their wives, to each other, to history itself. And 250 years later, we are still reading those letters and feeling something. You have letters inside you too, stories that no history book will ever tell. Moments of courage and love and sacrifice that belong to your family alone. Have you thought about writing them down? About what your children and grandchildren will know of you when you are gone? The stories only you can tell. Those are the most precious documents in the world. More precious than any broadside printed by John Dunlap. There is a free family story writing guide waiting for you right below this video. It is my gift to you on this extraordinary day. Please take it. Your story deserves to be written down, because 250 years from now, someone might read it and feel exactly what you feel right now. On this 4th of July, America's 250th birthday, I am so deeply grateful to be part of this History Sparks family with you. All week long, we have been building toward today. Caesar Rodney riding through the storm, John Adams writing to Abigail by candlelight, and now this, the story of the day the world changed and the miracle that closed the circle 50 years later. If these stories have moved you this week, please subscribe to History Sparks. We are here every single day, telling the stories of the people who built this country and the people who kept it. Stories that will make you proud, make you think, and sometimes make you cry. We save a seat for everyone, from my heart to yours. Have the most joyful, meaningful, beautiful 4th of July. Hug the people you love, watch the fireworks, and remember what they cost. I am Sarah. Happy birthday, America, and I will see you right back here next time on History Sparks.